Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode. Today I was going to be talking about spinning deer hair and making deer hair poppers and anything else to do with deer hair. In this video I'm going to be talking about deer body hair. So it kind of looks like this. It's from the back, shoulders, anything like that. And it comes in a variety of different colors. Here's some orange, natural, which I just showed you. Is this green, yellow, all sorts of different things. So you can really make any type of sculpin, frog, anything really. So today I'm just going to be showing you guys how to tie a simple popper, and yeah, so let's get right into it. Okay, so for the hook, we are going to be using a Mustad C5 2S. This is size 4. I really like this. I really like these hooks for really everything. As you can tell, it's a Stinger deer hair hook. Like I said, I use them for everything. For the thread, black GSP, same as I use in basically everything else. I love this thread on doing deer hair because it's just so strong, and yeah. Okay, we're just going to be using some olive marabou. Some Flashabou, and yeah, that's it.
You will also need a grizzly
to
streamer
start,
hackle.
we're just going to make a nice thread base on our hook, and you just want to go all the way back to the barb of the hook. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is take our marabou. And you don't really need the best piece ever, just something. It should be about the length of the hook. Doesn't need to be perfect though. Okay, let's just tie that in. And make sure that when you tie in the marabou, you wrap it all the way up to the eye of the hook, just to make a nice even body. Now take your Flashabou, and I like quite a lot of flash in my poppers. It really just helps entice the fish into biting. And the cool thing about poppers is that you can really catch any kind of fish on them. From freshwater all the way even to saltwater. Okay, and I forgot the most important thing. You're going to need a grizzly hackle. I'm just using a grizzly streamer hackle. And you want a fairly large one. You kind of want this part to stand out a bit. See if I can find one here. Here we go. And like I said, you want a fairly large one. And you kind of want to tie it in where the fluff starts to end, the fluffy part. Trim. That, and tie it in. Then wrap up to about where half of the hook shank is. Take your feather, maybe get a hackle plier, and palmer your hackle up. Okay, tie it off. And go in with a little pick and just kind of pick out any trapped hackles or fibers. And now I don't really like trimming this tag end here. It kind of just leaves a little bit more of enticement for the fish. Okay, now I'm just going to wrap over that marabou. And now these poppers that I make, they have a lot of deer hair on them. And the reason for that is because the more deer hair that you have, the better it's going to float and the more noise it's going to make. And I'm going to be using a natural color. This is from, I think, a deer that my brother killed. I tanned its hide. If you haven't seen those hide tanning videos, go see them now. So I just trim a fairly large clump, maybe about the size of a pencil in width. And I just want to trim off some of the butt ends, just so that hair is a little bit shorter. And what this allows me to do is when you tie on deer hair, you normally want a pretty large collar of the tips of the deer hair, like right here. And if you don't trim off the butt ends, you can't really tell where the collar starts or ends, so just kind of helpful. Then make about 3 or 4 loose wraps around that deer hair. Just kind of twist it around the hook, pull it tight. The deer hair should spin just like that. Then maybe put 1 more wrap on it. Take a little pick out all the trapped fibers. Pull that deer hair back. Wrap in front of it. Okay, now you're just going to take about the same size clump deer hair, trim it off. Okay, and this time, instead of cutting the butt ends off, you're going to cut the tip ends off. And again, this just kind of helps you when you are trimming it, when you're trimming your deer hair. It just kind of helps you identify which part of the fly is which. Okay, so same thing, just 3 or 4 loose wraps. Just kind of move it around the hook, spin it. Okay, and basically now you're just going to do the same thing the whole way. Just make sure that the next clump that you put on is thicker than the last one, and it makes a nice tapered body. Okay, now you want to whip finish your fly. Now I like to put about 3 clumps of deer hair in here. That's all I did. But if you have any more space, you can put more. Now you want to trim it. Trim it downwards to make that nice popper's face. Get that good pop in it. And now, remember, whenever you're trimming deer hair, do not over trim it. Don't trim it too much. Because what I used to do, and now I've learned to not do it, I used to be really bad at spinning deer hair and, making poppers and stuff like that. And because I didn't really know how to spin deer hair, and I didn't know how to trim it either. And that just kind of made all my flies look bad because I didn't know how to trim the deer hair. And, so like I said, don't over trim them. You don't need to make them look too fancy or good. But that is how you tie the basic deer hair popper. And, it works really good. I like deer hair poppers a little bit more than the foam-bodied ones. Just because they pop a little bit better, and they're a bit more rugged. And what you can do is you can glue some eyes to this, and that will be the finished product. So fish it well, and you can use it for smallmouth, largemouth. You can even tie this in smaller sizes and use it for panfish and trout. But works really good, and hope you catch some stuff on it. Alright guys, see you in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe, and comment on what I should do next. And see you in the next one.